How you doing, everybody? Tim here from the Tactical Defender again, and I bought a new folder. I picked up the Benchmade Triage, and I do have to say I am pretty impressed with 90% of this. It is a very nice knife, well worth the money. There is really one thing I do not like about this, and it really isn't a deal breaker, to be honest with you, but there is something I don't like about it, and let's look at this now and also discuss what I do not like about this. Okay, now, for a very long time, I've always carried a folder. I've never carried a Benchmade. I have several friends that are very big Benchmade fans. I've always liked them. I do know they're a very well made knife. Now, having said that, I have never been very impressed with their type of G10 handles. I like the knife. I like especially this particular one, the Triage. It's just a fantastic knife. But the scales, to me, this particular type of G10 that Benchmade is using, I think feels very cheap. Now, I've had some other folders, not this particular one. I have a Spyderco Manix 2, and that has G10, but those handles feel more rubber, and they're G10. These handles, although G10, feel more like plastic. They feel, now don't get me wrong, they're certainly serving their purpose. It feels good in hand. The ergonomics is fantastic. But it feels like if I was to hit this hard, or slip out of my hand and fall on some concrete or tar, it feels like they will very easily chip and break. I'm not going to test that. I'm hoping that's not the case and it's just the way they feel. But it is a great knife. If you're thinking of getting one, it is a fantastic knife. I do like it. I went with this particular model because I like the carbide glass breaker on the tip, as well as the hook. It is, I believe, a full 40 carbon steel. I believe it is. It's very sharp, very sharp. As you know, good for cutting seat belts, clothing, shoes off somebody if you had to. And you have all of the items you're going to need to carry right here. You actually don't have to have a separate seat belt cutter or cloth cutter, a separate tool to break windows, and then a tool for your knife. You get it all in one piece. All right, so just to give you some really quick specs. All right, the overall length is just a little over 8 inches. The blade length alone is just under 4 inches. The blade material is N680. That is the material of the blade. It is a sheep's foot, or as Benchmade call it, a modified sheep's foot blade shape. It is a flat grind satin finish, and this happens to be the plain edge, as you can see. The handle length alone is just under 5 inches and really fits good in my hand. You can see that, you know, there's a portion sticking out of my hand, and as well as the blade there. So it really, the ergonomics fit really well. There is a rather odd, I don't think it's gonna show up in the camera, but kind of a, what I would call a reverse jimping right here. They don't stick up, they actually go down, but your thumb actually holds quite well there. Pretty nice finger choil there. It is a very comfortable design. Overall, just a fantastic knife. It is the handle material, as I mentioned, is a G10. I'm not entirely crazy about this particular feel of this G10. stainless steel liners, and it is a left hand, right hand, tip up only, but you can use it left hand or right hand. It is a manual open, obviously. It does have the axis lock, great, I wouldn't say oversized, but fantastic thumb stud there on both sides. This is the model 915 Triage. It comes in black and it comes in orange. I chose the orange. Maybe eventually I will get the, I chose the black, maybe eventually I'll get the orange, we'll see. I really do like it. I got issues with the scales. It does have a carbide tip for breaking glass, as well as a 440C steel for the hook. And it really is a great knife. I like the blade isn't too big, isn't too small. It works. It's a great blade. Does have the satin finish there. It doesn't really reflect a lot of light. The axis lock is great lockup. It's a nice knife. There's no doubt about it. All right, well, that is the very quick overview of the Benchmade Triage. And I am very happy with this knife. 95% of this knife. I only have an issue, as I said, with the scales. They feel cheap to me. Maybe they won't break if I dropped it. I don't particularly care to test that. But I like it. I like it a lot. I like, as I already mentioned, having all those 3 different features on one knife. I do wear the True Spec 24/7 pants. They have a designated knife pocket. That's pretty much all I wear for pants or even shorts. And it fits perfect, just as my Cold Steel Voyager fits perfect. And I'll be carrying that a lot more. So, if you have been carrying a Benchmade for a long time, if you are familiar with the scales, whether you think the way I do about them or not, please leave a message down below. I want to hear your experience with them. Do they just feel cheap, but yet are very strong? I'm guessing they are, but I don't know. I have very little experience with it. As I said, I have some friends that have some Benchmades, and they've never complained. They've never had a problem, and they said all theirs felt, excuse me, the same way. So, we'll talk soon, everybody. Thank you for watching this video. Be well, stay safe.